Here we go.
Ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Notes. Sketched right there. Chris, do I have anything else I need to make sure I mention?
No, nothing I can think of.
Do you have anything you want to promote? Any
I have a thing. It's about diarrhea prevention.
PSA?
Yeah, PSA on
DSA?
Diarrhea prevention.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got
All
nothing.
right, here we go. All right, we're recording. And music.
Skip Productions!
This is Interbrews. Episode 138, ladies and gentlemen. My name is
138.
Josh Stewart. Schomburg, you just heard him. We are live, recording,
Streaming live.
streaming live
Yes.
at Under the Radar Brewing Company. Under the Radar Brewing Company or brewery officially? Is it brewery on the? I see on the.
We got DBAs for both.
We go a little
Okay.
bit of everything. Under the Radar Brewery.
Under the Radar Brewery, Houston, Texas, 1506 Truxillo. Is that how you say it? Truxillo or Truxillo?
Truxillo, Trujillo.
Trujillo.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys are over there. Yeah.
Yes.
We're the guys by Axelrad.
Okay. Very cool.
It's a good thing it's not Trujillo, because Google would never, ever get that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Truxilla.
Out where I am with some of the German names. of
Yeah.
street. Murder. Just they murder.
Kirkendall's my favorite one. Kuykendall.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, Google. Not cool.
Not cool. All right. Well, Herb, Mike, and Ned are all here with us. Guys, thanks for being on Interbrews.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Yeah. So Under the Radar, closing in on we're at 9 months, right? 9 months? Huh?
We at 10. I believe we're at 10.
10 months?
Almost 10.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if the opening day was getting pregnant, we now have a full-blown baby.
It's kind of spooky.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Or if the birth was on, back in August, now you have.
Uh-huh.
Do we walk at 10 months? We're not. Are we? I forget. You're
Yeah, we're-
closer. Do we walk at 10 months?
Well, not mine. Mine are more like 18-ish. Like they want to just.
We're
Yeah.
Like a year is your over-under on the walking.
That's
okay.
true.
We're getting
Yeah.
close. We're getting
Yeah.
close. We're rolling over for sure.
That's
Yeah.
rolling
So
over.
that's a good
Looking
tummy
up, we're
time.
smiling.
Yes, we're rolling over, and today
Yeah.
we're mulling over delicious beers.
Ooh.
That's called a segue.
Mm.
I'm drinking the IPA, and it smells delicious.
Yes.
Full of good sea hops. Somebody tell me about this IPA. Who's?
Sure. The IPA, it's got Centennial, Columbus, and Chinook hops. It's around 82 IBUs. We pack in a lot of malt with it to
Uh-huh.
balance out the intense hop flavor, so that it's actually very, very palatable for 82 IBUs.
Yeah.
We all felt that a leprechaun kind of fell in the mash tun when it came out the first batch. We're like, man, this is great. So.
Yeah, we scaled it up from the small one. We're like, oh, this is good, and then it got really good on the big scale.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Those are do you remember the hops I was growing in my backyard? Do you remember?
I do not.
Just lying.
I remember you were doing that. Yes.
Okay,
Is that what they were?
They're all sea hops. If you're
Oh,
going to grow
cool.
some here, that's kind of, they say,
Really?
go with those, but they don't turn out.
No,
Why?
you got to really push them to grow 'em. We grow some out here for ornamental purposes.
Yeah. They're,
Oh, really? How big a field would you need to grow hops enough
you need
to make your own hops?
upward space. They grow high.
Upward space.
Like
Oh, really?
30 feet high.
Yeah, they
30
climb
feet high. Where are they growing them?
up in the
you build,
north.
You build big trellis, kind
Huh.
of like the grape and wine industry, but much taller.
Taller.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's
Oh.
too hot down here for those things.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And not enough sunlight hours.
Here?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. They're Oregon, Idaho.
They get more sun than we do?
Germany. they're
Yeah.
all
Later in the
coming out of
season.
Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, at the right time. Sun
Yes.
at the right time.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing. I got a book if you want to read it.
Cool. Oh, totally. Are we still lying? Yes.
All right. So delicious beer off the bat. What do you drink? You're drinking.
I have the porter. Delicious.
Oh, you switched.
Yes.
You were doing Radar Love.
Which was delicious. I've also had the Dirty
Drink
Blonde. Delicious.
Yes.
This is the porter. Delicious.
Oh, I see a
Yeah.
trend.
I start off with the Bach.
And
Delicious.
so we're delicious across the board.
Now I'm enjoying the IPA.
We give y'all 5 Ds.
Now,
5Ds.
now I'm
We'll
not
take
very. There's not a beer I don't like a lot of the time, so I don't know if I'm a very good judge.
Now we'll take that.
I don't dislike a lot of beers.
No, it's cool. It's cool. That's a lot of people because beer is awesome, right? That's why they're listening to this
Indeed.
podcast.
Exactly.
Well, there is something we do a little bit unique that other breweries don't do because they're a lot smarter than we are.
What's that?
So if you guys have ever noticed, when you go to a brewery, a lot of people tend to either really like or really dislike the beers at a particular brewery.
Yeah.
Because most intelligent breweries use 1, maybe 2 yeast strains.
Okay.
And we essentially use 5. for all of our beers.
Yeah?
So yeah, it's crazy. Don't recommend it to people starting a brewery, but but it lets us get the exact flavor we want in each of our beers. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, let's get into how we got to here. Not 10 months in is our mathematician Schomburg.
Yes. Well, he told me earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just
I'm not gonna
keep
lie.
lying. Keep lying.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lying.
Yes. So how did we get? Let's get back to the very beginning. Where did the idea come from? Let's open a brewery. Like go way back. Tell me how did we get here?
I think it's just from years of homebrewing and people coming into Ned's garage or Mike's place over in the gallery
I was in
area,
the gallery
and
at
then just
the time.
friends and family drinking our beer, and then after and over hearing people say, "Hey, you need to start selling your stuff." We even had Dynamo, season tickets for years, even back when they were back in Robertson, and just hearing strangers come up to our tailgate, and we would bring our jockey box and our kegs out there, and just hearing people over and over saying, "Your beer's really good. You need to start selling this." And then after a while, it just finally, let's figure this out.
yeah, it was a couple of our friends got married up in Austin, and for the wedding gift, we brought up all the beer, and we didn't tell anybody, and they didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And we had people in mind were saying, "Wow, have you guys tried this beer?" We're like, "Oh, really?" So that gave us the confidence.
Cool.
And then after that, we just decided we had too much spare time and too much extra money laying around. So
Yeah.
start a brewery.
There you go. It's a good way to get rid of that. Now, first question: is the couple still married?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Oh, good.
And they're one of our bigger investors. So
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Okay, great. I'm happy. What beer did you take to the wedding? Was it how many? And
we brought 40 gallons of different stuff. Up
Yeah.
there. So they floated that an hour and a half.
Man.
And a half.
wow,
Really
that's
pretty
how-
quick.
I wanna
Some
go to
partiers. Yeah, that sounds like a fun
I
wedding.
wish they would split up so they can get married again. I can do that.
Catch
I'm
the
just
next
kidding.
one.
Yeah, maybe.
We got a lot more than 40 gallons now.
Okay, good. All right, we're good. We're good, right? Here's the difference: is I homebrew a little bit. I dabble. I've thought about making beer for somebody's wedding, but it's the execution because there's a lot of pressure when you think about, it's somebody's wedding. You're gonna, step up and say, all right, my beer's gonna be ready by this date, and I'm gonna travel and take it to this place and let people actually drink it, and it's all, that's on me. And it's like, then I'm like, nah, you probably should just buy some, and then that's where that goes for me. But
It
you
is a
guys-
leap of faith.
Yeah.
It is kind of scary putting yourself out there.
So when did y'all get your start homebrewing? How long has that?
About 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got introduced to Ned and Herb through a mutual friend of ours who now does a lot of promoting for our brewery at the Dynamo games. And that was my first time. It was just after the very first batch that they had brewed, and we were drinking the first batch. And I was like, yeah, this is the best hobby ever.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I got delicious beer, and then we all had massive hangovers because it was our first batch of beer, and we weren't.
We did some learning after
We
that.
did some learning, so
What style was that first batch? Do you remember?
We're trying to make a Shiner Bock clone, and it tasted amazing. But we went down to DeFalco's and spent the $100, right? Buy the homebrew kit, and it looked like we were cooking meth in my kitchen. I mean, I had tin foil laid out everywhere. I'm a chemist by training, and so we had this thing as sterile and as sanitary as you could get. And so we're treating everything with gloves and like we're doctors in surgery, right? With this beer, and we get it, and then they say, "Oh yeah, just chuck it in the closet, forget about it for a couple weeks." Well, it's Houston, and I was traveling. It was I think like late spring,
yeah.
and it got up to be over 80 degrees in the house, which they don't tell you when you buy the $100 homebrew kit that temperature is important.
Yeah.
So we did a little experimenting after that, and proud to say we've now engineered out the hangover on our beers ever since that.
Yes, no more of that.
So, did that lead to your Bock now? Because I was reading that your Bock that you do now, which is a traditional lager style, is more you do it at ale temperatures, or how?
Yeah, we use German ale yeast number 2.
Okay.
It's an ale yeast that produces the flavors that we're looking for in that style. We took a Maibach recipe and then we hopped it up a little bit to give it some character. So it's kind of our unique version on that, and that's exactly where we want it. It produces such a complex. It's probably one of our most complex beers, like in terms of flavor. If you wait just 10 minutes in the glass, it warms up a little bit and gives you completely different flavors. You're like, wow, this is an amazing beer.
Yeah. I love that. I got to try the Perpetual Peace from No Label.
yeah.
That's one. That's the type of beer. Like it's in stores now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. temperature makes all the difference in the world. Like, I don't know. Beer is just, it's an amazing.
And the German ale yeast is a finicky one.
Yeah.
It takes a while for the fermentation, the primary fermentation, to complete, and then after it likes to suspend itself. So you gotta really cold crash it and get that to drop out, and then you gotta age it just right. It usually takes a good 2 weeks more than our other beers to condition in the cold room before it tastes right on point.
So, like 6 weeks from brew to.
Yeah, more like 4 weeks.
Okay.
I'd say it's generally 2 weeks primary fermentation, 2 weeks conditioning. So about 4 weeks until it's like right on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, let's talk about your other beers real quick. Schomburg got to try Radar Love, which I love the name because I love the song and I love Hefeweizen.
Can you hum us a few bars?
No. Maybe later for the after show.
Okay.
That sounds like some exclusive content kind of thing.
You want to spoil people.
No, I'll pull up the lyrics. I'll do the whole thing in one monotone. It'll be great. Like spoken word poetry. Like a bee.
I want to hear it like Florida Georgia Line spoken word.
Oh, you want like.
So I want a honky tonk rap.
What was that
That's
guy's
what I
name?
want.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter.
I sent a country rap artist video to Schomburg the other day.
Just awful. I didn't even know it existed. And then Florida Georgia Line, I knew they were popular, but I didn't know what they sounded like. And then I listened to them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?
And
What a disaster music's taken on. What's going on?"
I don't know that they have good beer like this over in Georgia.
Never.
Probably the problem.
It's probably all peach flavored.
Yeah.
It's the problem with that.
Well,
My brother lives in Atlanta. I just visited over there.
Yeah.
They're kind of having a craft beer renaissance, but their laws actually haven't changed. They're still doing token systems. They can't sell beer to you directly like Texas has changed the laws, I guess, back in, 2013?
yeah.
We're ahead of someone?
We are.
That's amazing.
They are like the last
And
state.
not just
to,
Arkansas.
Yeah, not just Arkansas. Georgia's like the last state to come on board with those
Man.
types of laws. So
Yeah.
I went to a place called Wild Beer Haven. Really great place.
That's cool.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. How has the okay? So y'all, it's been 10 months, but when did you get licensed? Was the license approval? You were saying that you found out that you got your license approval online.
Yeah, we found it from some of the guys on Twitter. Congratulations
That's awesome.
under the radar.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
the permit came in, when did that? About a year ago.
I think August of 15 or September 15.
I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, actually, today is May 1st, and this is 1 year in production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we started producing beer before our grand opening, get a good stock up. So, and then as the story goes, is we had some soft openings that were quite outrageous. Soft openings,
Yeah.
huge community support. Came out and drank
I
almost all
bet.
of our beer,
Nice.
and so we were on a mad frenzy to make some more.
We actually had to push back the grand opening a little bit.
Wow.
The soft wasn't so soft.
Yeah,
It's more
we
like-
had 750 people that first day, and we were
Whoa.
just stunned.
Just word of mouth?
Yeah, just word of mouth.
just
Jiminy
people coming out.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome though. Real quick, get back to Radar Love. I'm eyeing it from over here. Tell me about Radar Love. I want to hear about the beer.
So
Go
I don't think any of us ever really liked Hefeweizen weren't our favorite style.
Mm-hmm.
But we figured, well, it is Texas and it's pretty hot, and so we tried brewing one. We said, well, let's kind of take out some of the heaviness, some of the chewiness that you get in Hefeweizen sometimes. So we tried that and we really liked it, and and people have just been. We tried dithering all of the formulas a little bit too. So we had Radar Love for quite a few years. We've been brewing that homebrew scale, and then we were brewing here at the warehouse, and we did a little bit of, all right, let's try changing the hops a little bit. Let's try changing the yeast a little bit. And, we did a lot of anybody walking off the street, we pulled them in and say, hey, which beer do you like, A or B, one or two? And
A lot of test batches.
That's the
lot of
carjacking I want to be a part of. Like,
Oh, yeah,
This guy
right?
came up to me and was like, drink this beer. I'm like, okay. Just do what it says. That's the first rule.
Yeah, once we got all those during construction, we got all the signs posted up saying, hey, we're going to put a brewery here. And people would find out about it, Twitter, Facebook, word of mouth. And they say, oh, I saw that the brewery's going in. And then it just come up, and we're like, well, hey, this is a perfect test market. Come on in and try some of our beers. Do you like A or B?
Yeah.
It was great. It was free market
Yeah,
research.
That is
Yeah.
cool. Now, before I get the sample that Kennedy's over there attempting to pour, he's not been formally trained on pouring, beer serving. What is is it more citrusy, more banana-y? Where does it fall on the
Definitely
spectrum?
has the banana clovey type flavors you'd expect out of like Bavarian Hefeweizen. We use the Weihenstephaner yeast.
Okay.
That's very distinctive of
Smells great.
of that yeast characteristic.
Yeah. What temperature do you ferment it at?
It's still at 68 for us. We like the clean flavors that come off of that.
Gotcha.
It's a great beer.
Yeah.
It's one of my. It has turned into one of my favorites. Like Ned said, we weren't all Hefeweizen people before, and now it's one of our. Actually, I think our biggest seller.
Really?
Out,
I can see.
out there. You know,
I haven't tried I tried the IPA and this, and they're both great. But with this weather and everything, and the big head all in my mustache now.
Yeah, in the summer, this one really goes down. It's
That's
real.
good.
It's real refreshing.
Yeah, that's an end of the workday. Come in and I just need to cap it off. That's
Chris, was that your first time pouring a beer from a?
yeah. Was that your first time?
Because he had it down below it by several inches, and he was pouring it in like that.
It's not what happened.
No.
That's what it looked like when I saw you do it. He's like, "Do better," and I put it gently under it,
Yes.
and all the way, and then stop it right before the top.
There you go. Yeah. Always open it up all the way.
All the way. Always open it up all the way.
And don't dip
I'm-
the tip down in there.
Yeah.
I'm not a perfect person.
No, you're not. You're learning, but it's fine. It's fine. That was
You
your first
did-
time. I
you
wish we'd
did-
gotten a
that-
picture.
I
of
just
wish
that.
need
I
to
would
be
have too. Was that the
public
first time
ridicule,
you've done a
that's
tap?
No.
Oh,
It is.
It was
when did you do it?
embarrassing.
When else have you done it?
My first beer.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty special.
My
This is it.
first time.
Yeah. When was your first time?
My first time was at Southern Star, and Dave
Oh.
Fugeron
Okay. Name
told
drop.
me,
Okay.
taught me
Just
how,
go.
how to do it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So you had professional training,
I
yet
did.
you
You
forgot
still-
what you
and you
learned.
forgot.
But yeah, that was like a year ago now, so I forgot.
a year ago. And how many beers into that day?
Oh,
That probably was quite a few.
yeah.
At
that-
Southern
yeah.
Star.
Yeah. It tends to get.
That was when he said, "Oh, help yourself to the taps,"
And you did.
and I did.
And
They said the same
And you
thing.
just kept
and
on.
I overstayed
This
my
is number
welcome
4.
there.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to slow it down.
They're small glasses.
They're-
They are.
yeah, exactly.
In your hand, they look like.
Yeah, they look like.
You look like
It's
Andre the
like
Giant.
shot glass.
So
Andre the
good.
Giant, like what, 60 beers in a setting or something
That's
like
the
that?
rumor.
And then Wade Boggs. Did you?
Wade
did you
Boggs.
send
Well,
me
that's
the-
another rumor.
107 in a day.
Yeah, 107 on a flight.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
started at the ballpark,
Yeah.
and it's the Wade Boggs challenge.
Oh, well, he was sadly drinking water. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Miller Lite.
Yeah, Miller
But
Lite.
still, 107 in one day is the rumor. Wade Boggs, baseball great. Wade Boggs.
That's a lot of beer.
It's still a lot of beer, even though it's garbage.
We've drank quite a few here ourselves on some of those busy days.
Yes.
Trying to.
I don't want to. Well, okay, let's try to do the math. So hold on.
Of 107?
Ready? Yeah. Here, you write this down. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Write down the numbers.
Oh boy.
Why don't just write them down so we have them? So 107 right
Uh-huh.
at the top.
Yeah.
Right? Did you put
Yeah.
W times WB times Wade
Uh-huh.
Boggs equals WB? All right. So 12 ounces each.
Uh-huh.
Right? Probably. To the how much alcohol is in a typical light American lager? Like 4.7, 5.2,
Oh. 4.
4.2. All right. And how many of that? Okay, so 12 ounces and 4.2% of that would be
Yeah.
alcohol. Roughly speaking, am I doing the math right? You're
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I got,
I'm catching the translation on
Looks
this. There's
great.
definitely nothing lost in translation
no.
here.
Okay, so
How
we
many
need to-
shots is that?
Yeah, like how much
trying-
like
how much
pure alcohol?
alcohol?
Yeah. Do you have the math? So
Oh, yes.
48.96 ounces of alcohol
Yeah.
over.
If all the beers are 12 ounces.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
And
48
at
if we
4%.
drank every bit of every beer.
48.96
That's getting on a half a gallon of Everclear.
Is it?
over a 24-hour.
Wow.
Well, and what was the time span? It was he's
I
end of a
forget.
game, which would have been around if it was in Boston, would have been even if it was an afternoon game. Let's give him the
Mm-hmm.
full day. Okay, let's say it was over at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then they were on. And he drank from in the locker room all the way
3.
to West Coast for a game, and he played the next night.
Yeah.
And so let's say that guy.
That's the rumor.
So
Again, no confirmation
you're right,
from anyone but a TV show.
right. And I want to say it was like 21 hours later. So let's give it like 21 hours or something like that. Maybe tops like 26 if it's a noon game to a night game,
Yeah.
right? So it's 26. So whatever was that, 48 divided by 26. How many ounces per hour? This if he doesn't sleep at all. What we got? Mike, what's the math?
So Wade, if you're listening, if you could call in here,
Yeah.
we can confirm this.
The guy has. I mean, if he drank
So
107, a daily.
1 point.
Yeah, to build up a tolerance for 107.
Yeah, they said he would pound like a couple of cases every
Yeah.
road trip,
Oh,
like
that guy's
during the
gotta
trip.
drink, like,
1.84
2
ounces
cases a
per
day.
hour. But that's if he
You
didn't
just
sleep.
told me to divide a certain number.
Right.
Divide a certain
So that's if he
number.
didn't sleep
I'm
at all.
totally lost here.
No, okay. So obviously math is my strong point, right? So 1.84 hours if he doesn't sleep at all, between the end of the game and then the next game. And they said he went 4 for 5 in that next game at bat. So
I guess he hit a zone.
yes, like the drinking and the batting.
Yes.
But
hit
if he
the-
slept 8 hours, then that ramps that up. What's 107 divided by? Let's say he slept for 8 hours.
You think he slept for 8 hours?
It's probably 6. Alcohol's
Yeah.
going to disrupt your sleep pattern.
So 107
Oh,
beers
wait.
at 12 ounces.
Could
That's
he have
what,
stopped?
around half a keg of beer?
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Half a keg of beer in a day.
Yeah, 15.
Somewhere around there.
15
No matter what kind of garbage that is.
1284
impressive
ounces.
quantity alone. Like even
Yeah.
if it were
That's
chocolate,
total ounces.
Yeah.
1284 ounces.
If it was YooHoo, it would be. That's impressive
Well, you can't drink more than a gallon of milk, can you?
in one setting. I mean, like straight.
Yeah. Isn't
don't-
that
I
your
don't
body rejects it?
Oh,
I
don't
forget.
know. Okay, does that be more impressive if it were YooHoo? YooHoo's like
I
substitute.
think it would be.
powdered-
Is it not milk?
Oh, it's kind of a milk thing.
Yeah,
It's
lemonade.
also like the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's still around.
You still
You
have that?
Oh,
It's still around, isn't it?
that? Yeah.
Isn't that weird chocolatey soda
Fake
drink?
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah. Is,
Fake
is that the
chocolate,
same thing
yeah.
as Ovaltine? I don't mean to get sidetracked here.
No.
Is Ovaltine and YooHoo are different
No,
items?
Ovaltine is considered healthy.
Yeah.
It
If
is.
that's your, yeah,
Oh,
if you
no
give your
kidding.
kid YooHoo, they're like, what kind of parent
You're a
are you? You give your
monster.
kid Ovaltine, they're like, oh,
You're
good for you.
the best
Right.
hippie
Absolutely.
parent ever.
Yeah, it's got vitamins.
Good for
Vitamins and minerals. Whatever, vitamins.
Well, and speaking of Australia and all these things, and that's, Vegemite is a byproduct of the brewing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do y'all ever slap some of that on a loaf of bread?
I love Vegemite.
Really?
Really?
It's
So,
delicious.
is-
You're,
Mar-
you're the first person I've ever met.
That's not Australian.
Not true.
That
Second
does-
person on this
Mermite.
podcast.
Well,
that
yeah.
likes Vegemite?
He's from
Yeah.
Australia, though.
No. Well, did he say he liked it?
Yeah.
Who?
Sean?
From Platypus.
Sean.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's
He's from-
platypus.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
required to. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's like when you take like your citizenship test down there, they're like, you
like
got to promote
Vegemite?
YooHoo.
Yeah.
Or
So
Vegemite.
Keenan at 11 Below liked it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. Is he into
The
chemistry?
trick is though, is it's super, super concentrated, and so if you put it on like bread or something, if you can see it, it's way too thick.
Okay. So Marmite's the same, right, as Vegemite?
Yeah, I think
Are
that's
they the same?
UK
There's a
version,
different, just a different name.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I wondered.
But the trick is, if you can put it on like buttering your toast, it's going to be awful.
So
Way too-
how do
way too
you
thick.
how do you take your Vegemite?
I like it on like French fries. The Australians think that's weird.
Interesting.
But yeah, just kind of smeared on, and kind of like Budweiser and hops. Just kind of showed a picture of hops, and that's plenty.
It's probably the shots of whiskey though that you're drinking with it that it's really making it taste the best. This is delicious.
Those boys can drink down there. I told them that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So how do you make like if you were to take is it spent grains or what?
It's the spent yeast.
Oh, it's just
So it's like pure vitamin B12.
That's it.
It's actually phenomenal for a hangover.
yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
It's just full of B vitamins and salt.
Spoonfuls of it.
yeah. Okay. I don't know that.
It's at Kroger's. You can buy it at Kroger's.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd rather get Kraft Vegemite from like here.
Kraft vegetable.
Yeah.
Y'all should jar. Can you jar it and sell it? Is that legal? Could you like as a side?
Actually, no. There's actually a weird holdover rule on
definitely.
Vegemite because it's considered like a biological something or other. And I know it's strange to think that there's weird laws on our food and alcohol, but they exist.
Really, food's not biological.
Everything's
It's,
Apparently not to the city.
So, okay, well, we've talked a lot about laws and things, Texas laws recently, beer, relating to beers and stuff. But of what the stuff that's coming up, do y'all have any opinions one way or the other on any laws you'd like to see change? I mean, given your size, I mean, all the breweries we visit, they have different perspectives based on if they're in the city or out of the city and size and, what they want to do, grand scheme. But, y'all have anything in particular that...
Well, we've got a lot of opinions, but if I share them on this podcast, we may get some visits that we don't want.
So
But
maybe basic overreach or...
there's some funny ones with the difference between a brew pub and a brewery. Is it's a really odd thing.
Yeah.
That it's what do they say? It's a difference without a distinction.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very much where a lot of what we would consider, I guess, silly regulations and laws come from. It's the differences without any sort of distinction.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to comply with this and those folks don't? And
Yeah.
oh well, I guess they paid a fee or something that they said they don't have to comply with it.
Right. Now, okay, so your status, your brew pub license, right?
We're a manufacturing brewery.
Oh,
So we're working on switching our paperwork over to be a brew pub.
okay. And the advantage to that will allow you to.
Sell to go beer, but nothing
Okay.
else will change because our production limits aren't even reaching the quotas written within the statutes. So
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some lawsuits going on with it right now. Some of the bigger breweries, like is Deep Ellum.
yeah,
Deep
Deep Ellum
And somebody else.
Lakewood.
I forget. Lakewood.
Yeah,
Lakewood and Deep Ellum are spearheading it.
Okay.
Because they're just over that threshold. So they
Yeah.
can't sell to go beer from their places.
Huh.
And that's that's why you've seen the big surge in craft beer in Texas in the last few years is they changed the laws to make it legal to run a tap room.
Yeah.
Before it was kind of a wink and a nod on here I'll sell you your third tour of the day, but
Yeah.
you can so you gave away the beer
Yeah.
and the tour you paid for the tour. So they changed that law and that made it easy for us to run tap rooms, which is on these small 10, 20, even some 30 barrel breweries, you can't really exist without a tap room.
Yeah.
So
And
we
that-
appreciate everyone coming down and supporting us because that's what keeps the lights on. Honestly, it pays the bills while we can try and sell some beer to bars and restaurants.
How many bars, how many accounts are y'all in?
It's a good question. We're in and out of a bunch all the time.
Yeah.
we just signed a distributor in January.
Okay.
And so they're getting us out with a lot further reach than just the three of us owners could actually get out and self-distribute. That was
Yeah.
that was one of our big hurdles, and we're like, well, let's go ahead. We found someone we like to go with. The Wandering Boots is our distributor. They're very
cool.
craft centered.
Yeah.
So they're helping us out a lot, and we're as far. We've been as far down as on the Strand down in Galveston, up to Spring, Woodlands. We've been in and out of various restaurants and bars that serve craft beer.
Cool.
So I mean, it's
they're going
a
up to-
fluid market.
Yeah, they're going up to College Station and everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're willing to, let them take you wherever they deem appropriate.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We're trying out, the cool thing is you see all these new bars and all these, or that, and we'll walk them up and down